What's up, people? I am back with another video. This is a video I was supposed to do last week, but I mentioned it last week that breakup happened and then fucking just took a week off. But everything's fine now. But I'm reviewing Tremors 3, and then I pretty much after this, and if I don't, I'll do it tomorrow morning. But I do plan on, but I am gonna do it afterwards. I am gonna review Tremors 4. So I watched 4 earlier today, even though I was at work all day. Somehow I was able to squeeze Tremors 4 in while I was at work. But yeah, I enjoy Tremors 3, and 4, but I think Tremors 3 so far, it just continues the trend of just being fun. Yeah, they're not well made. Like, the CGI is awful. I'm just gonna be honest. But that's fine. They're fun fucking movies, especially this one. The fact that they called them ass blasters, that's the name of the new ones that were spawned. And I like that we kind of returned back to perfection. Don't get me wrong, I like the Mexico setting in the second one, but it was kind of cool that we kind of went back. Bert's a cool character, and he's pretty much taken over at this point. I mean, it's understandable. Kevin Bacon, from what I heard, was doing something else. That's why he couldn't return for 2. And then even the other guy, fuck, I can't think of his name right now. But he probably couldn't come back, so it was kind of cool. Bert took the reins, and I still thought, like, the new characters, like Jack, I think it was Sawyer, and then Jody, and Nancy, and then I think it was Mindy Surgood. They were okay new characters. They weren't amazing, but they fit. So basically, he returns back. This guy named Jack basically the Graboids are full on, like, commercialized at this point. And Jack makes, like, a makeshift, like, scenario where basically he fakes it to where people are being seemingly attacked by Graboids, and he does this whole, like, tourist thing, but one day it ends up actually being real, and Bert has to basically save the day, and he teams up. They kill one. It gives birth. This is where we see the ass blasters. It's fucking funny, dude. I was dying the whole time watching them. The fact when those were introduced. And but it was a fun movie. Like, all these movies, like, just keep the pace. And I like the way they explain how, like, the way the Graboids, and a realtor named Melvin is, like, basically, he's like a skeezy kind of, he's like not the villain, but like a little mini antagonist. I thought he was kind of fun. Like, these new characters, like, and I think that's why I like these movies so far. They know how to have fun characters. I'm not expecting, like, amazing character development with them and stuff, but from what I hear later, a lot of the later ones is Bert is really the only thing that carries it, like, because I think so far I've enjoyed some of the newer characters, and I like that I like the design of the ass. I cannot believe they're called that, but the ass blasters. And basically they have to survive it. They end up surviving. I mean, these movies are very straightforward. Like, there's no, like, complicated lore or anything. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do Tremors 4 right after this one. So I'll be doing 2 uploads. Then tomorrow I'm gonna be reviewing the first Expendables. I figured before we get to Stallone's, like, kind of one-off movies like Tango and Cash and Cobra, it makes more sense to just knock off I would kind of say his 3rd franchise, which is Expendables. So, and honestly, that first Expendables was awesome. I guess I'll go on a side point about Expendables before we go into the review. That first Expendables, like, when I remember first hearing it, because it came out 2010, and I unfortunately didn't see it in theaters, but I remember just being intrigued by the idea of, like, because when I first heard the idea of pitch, it was just, oh, you have fucking Sylvester Stallone, you have Jason Statham, you have Dolph Lundgren, you have, like, all these great 80s, and Jason Statham's more modern, actors. Jet Li's in it, and it's like, oh shit, like all those guys. And then the trailer was fucking guns, and they had, I think it was Paradise City in the trailer, like, I remember just being hyped, and unfortunately didn't watch it in theaters, but I remember watching it later and just being really happy with it. That first Expendables was great. Actually, I like the second one too. I didn't see the third, so but I'll talk about those more tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna kick off this review, and yeah. So the movie opens up. Bert returning back to perfection, which I kind of like. As much as I like the second one, it does like bring back that simplicity, which of the first one too. You know, where it's back in perfection. It's in the small town again. I mean, even though like I think two had kind of a small town feel because it was in Mexico, but still, I just like that it's kind of they brought it back home. Bert realizes like he starts seeing like I think this is the one where we get the graboid fucking arcade game. Like the graboids are basically commercialized now. Jack Sawyer does this like tourist attraction where he basically fakes like a graboid attack. Which honestly I would not mind as like an actual ride somewhere. I don't know what studio, but like a ride somewhere in the music park actually be fun. But so they do the scenario, and they initially think it's fake, but then because it's like a guy he knows doing it, but then an actual graboid attacks him, and then they basically have to get Bert, and Bert teams up with Jack. Jack's actually a fun character. He's like they do make it seem like he's supposed to be a character you don't like, but I actually really like him. He's a fun character. I liked his dynamic with Bert. And then you have like this skeezy realtor guy, Melvin, I think was his name. So basically, yeah, graboids start fucking shit up. And they initially, I think Mindy, I'm just gonna say Mindy and Nancy. They call in the military, not the military, but like the government to try to take out the graboids, but it doesn't work. So they kill a graboid that's mutated, and it basically evolves into this is where we get the ass blasters. And I'm not gonna lie, there the fact that the way it was introduced was pretty funny, and the reason they're called that because basically, yeah, they shoot fire out of their ass, and yeah. But they also, I like that even though it's a joke name and it's clearly a joke, they're still treated seriously someone, and I think that's the other reason I like these movies. Like, yeah, they're on the fucking nose with the humor and stuff like that, and they know what they're fucking doing, and they know these movies know what they are. But what I like is they still like at least within the universe still take it seriously. Like graboids and or the ass blasters in this, which are pretty much the main antagonists in this one, are treated seriously. Like when they attack, people they're running. They're not like oh they're throwing jokes around, you know. And I actually like it's like when the jokes are thrown, it's still treated seriously within the universe. Like you know, and I ran about this stuff all the time, but it's just it's so aggravating, like with humor now, where it's just dragged out. Like in this, like the humor is done subtly, and oh, the danger's here. Okay, we're not gonna joke now. But anyway, so they Jody, Sawyer, Jack, and Bert basically run into it's like a junkyard, I think, and basically they have to figure out what they're gonna do. Ass Blaster tries to get them. Like the thing with these movies too, they're not long. They're paced perfectly. Like I think that's the other reason I would recommend these movies. Like yeah, like you got to know going in. Don't expect great character development. Don't expect great CGI because yeah, especially this one. I think the first one actually the effects are actually pretty good in the first one, but like the later ones, especially by this point, I would get it in four. Four is pretty bad too in terms of CGI, but you know going in that's fine, who cares. Like I think the kills are still pretty good. Like they do a good job with the kills in this one. So Ass Blaster kills Miguel, um and Jack and Jody and Bert run into a house, and basically they plan on something because the ass blasters basically like watching them because they know it's in there. And the way they explain how they reproduce, because like even in the second one, I think they did a good job with this. The way they explain like how these things work, I think that's what I like too. Is like they keep it simple. They don't overcomplicate the experiment. So they try to fight it, and it tries to attack them, and it's nearly going for them when El Blanco, the last like regular graboid, because he can't reproduce, kills it, while Nancy and Mindy kill another one, and they sell it to like some circus. And basically, the movie ends with them trapping Melvin on a rock while it tries to kill them. So I just think all around, like, I really like Tremors 3. I think it's not my favorite. I think it's, if I were to give this one out of 10, this one would probably be like about a 7. But I think it's a fun movie. It knows what it is. Bert definitely carries it, but I do like the other characters. I thought the kills were pretty solid in it. The ass blasters were a fun addition, even though, you know, the over the top name, but they're still treated seriously as a serious threat. And I like how it's the way Jody names them that. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Like, you just got to know what you're getting into when you go into these movies. Don't expect, like, even in the first one to an extent, just don't expect great acting. You know, the CGI isn't going to be the best. But just expect a fun little ride where you see some worms fuck some shit up, and you get some funny one-liners from Bert, you know, or I guess, you know, Kevin Bacon in the first one, but like Bert carries these movies, especially this one. I was to say in the fourth one where he has an accent is great too. So, but yeah, I definitely recommend this one. 7 out of 10. But yeah, guys, I'm a get ready to record review Tremors 4, which really is a prequel, but I'll talk about that more later. But yeah, I'm going to do that right after this one. So stay tuned. I'm pretty much just I'm going to take a hit, and then I'm going to end it. So yeah, I'm about to review Tremors 4. But I'll talk to you guys here in a second. I'm not even going to do the outro in this one. I'll do the outro in the next one. But other than that, guys, I'll get to that one really quick. Peace.